On August 5, 2022, I met Lieutenant J. Mason at Center Towing where the vehicle was being stored. The vehicle's electronic system appeared to be damaged and the module was needed to be removed for a direct-to-module download. After removing the module, it was secured to the cargo box of SP21383 and downloaded. The downloaded files were provided to Lieutenant J. Mason of the Strongsville Police Department. During the initial review of the data from the airbag control module, it indicated there was no braking for the vehicle and that there was a request for 100% acceleration with full pedal pressure. A few days later, I received an email and still frame photo from a video of the brake light being activated just before the initial impact with the sign. The question was posed, how if the report displayed nitrogen monoxide braking when the brake light is clearly activated during the time the data is being reported? For a better explanation, the full video file as well as the report was requested to fully understand the sequence of events and how the data was being reported within the data limitations of the report. The TRG count indicates calculated value in the number of times recording triggers have been established for all crash types. The sequence in which each event occurred can be verified from the TRG count. The smaller TRG count value, the older the data. TG3 as indicated on page 4 of the report. There were a total of 9 TRG counts with TRG count 5 as the oldest data set and TRG count 18 as the final TRG count of the sequence. The total time from TRG count 5 to TRG count 18 was 4.4095 seconds. All TRG counts from the same ignition cycle appear to be from the same crash sequence. To give the best perspective of what the vehicle was doing and being asked of the vehicle prior to the collision, TRG count 5 will be examined. Though the accelerator pedal is at 100%, the percentage of engine throttle is reduced significantly from 99% to 12.5% in approximately 1 second. This actively slows the vehicle from 100 miles per hour to 93.8 miles per hour. The service brake remains off. During that same 1 second, percentage of engine throttle drop and speed drop. The yaw rate increases with the rapid change in steering wheel input. The negative input to -28.5 and then positive input to 9.0 followed by sharp negative input to -142.5 shows the steering wheel was in a right turn, left turn, sharp right turn prior to the TRG event. As a result of the increased yaw rate and steering wheel input, the vehicle stability control system became engaged during the last approximate quarter to half second before the TRG event. Though the accelerator pedal is at 100%, the percentage of engine throttle is reduced significantly from 90% to 12.5% in approximately 1 second. This actively slows the vehicle from 100 miles per hour to 93.8 miles per hour. The service brake remains off. Prior to the Camry entering the intersection, a loud screeching sound can be heard from the business surveillance camera that records the approach and crash of the Camry. The loud screeching is likely the result of the steering input of the driver and the inability of the tires and friction of the roadway to overcome the forward momentum of the vehicle. The tires are likely turned as requested by the steering input, reporting that the vehicle is continuing more in its original forward trajectory. As the Camry approaches the curb and sign off the roadway, the tail lights are illuminated, but not the brake lights, as there is no center brake light activated. As the Camry clears the curb and approaches the sign, the center brake light is observed to be on. Just prior to the event, the brake oil pressure at a slight increase 2.05 on October 20th, 2022. I made contact with Classic Toyota of Mentor and inquired about the safety features of the 2018 Toyota Camry and how the safety systems work. A vehicle sheet was run through the Toyota service lane system to determine the safety features that were equipped on the Camry involved in the crash. The vehicle was equipped with several collision systems as shown below, per the Toyota master technician, as well as various Toyota demonstration videos. These systems use various radar and camera systems to provide assistance with crash avoidance. Most of these features involve slowing some or all of the vehicle's tires to maintain control or a safe distance from a vehicle or object ahead of the Toyota. When these systems become active, the vehicle will not increase speed, but rather decrease speed. As a result, The system will activate the rear brake lights to indicate the possible slowing of the vehicle to other motorists, even if the driver is not pressing on the brake pedal. The Toyota Safety Sense B works at speeds of 7 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour, but it does not work with objects that appear in front of the vehicle without prior detection. With the availability of the Safety Sense B system and the extreme driver input for the vehicle prior to collision, the brake light activation is likely the result of the safety systems working to avoid the impact ahead or return the vehicle to a straight orientation for the direction of travel. The pre-crash data from TRG11 shows that the accelerator percent was at 100 continuously before the crash. The engine throttle decreased starting at 2.10 seconds prior to the event. This caused the car to lose some speed prior to impact. A review of the scene photographs could explain this decrease in engine throttle without a decrease in accelerator percentage. The scene photographs show that the vehicle struck a curb prior to striking the wall. This could have caused the drive wheels to leave the road surface, which would cause a decrease in engine throttle. This curb could also explain TRG9. TRG9 could have been triggered when the wheels made contact with the ground after striking the curb. This would explain why is registered as a frontal impact with only a small delta V. The wheels striking the ground caused a loss of acceleration, but not nearly enough to cause the damage observed on the vehicle. The above chart also shows that no point prior to impact with the wall was the brake applied. TRG backs up this conclusion by focusing on the yaw rate and steering input. Based on the steering input, it appeared the vehicle made a right turn reflected by the -28.5 input at -4.25 seconds, then a left turn reflected by the 9.0 input at -1.75 seconds, which was followed by a sharp right turn, indicated by the -142.5 input at TRG0. This sharp turn could have triggered the rollover event to have triggered due to the forces it applied to the vehicle. Based on these three events and the scene photos, it is believed the vehicle was traveling with the accelerator pedal fully engaged. The vehicle then had a hard steering event before striking a curb and continuing until it struck the building, causing the damage seen above. The EDR data also showed that at no point was the service brake applied. The data from the EDR report shows the accelerator pedal was pressed to 100% at least for 175 seconds prior to the hard steering event that triggered the EDR to wake up and start recording. It is possible that the accelerator was pressed before the -475 mark, but the EDR only records back to a certain point after an event is triggered. Based on the overlap in EDR data from TRG5 and TRG11, it can be determined that the pedal was depressed to 100% for a minimum of 585s prior to impact with the wall. That can be determined from the first 75s of data prior to TRG5 and another 110s between TRG5 and TRG11. The question was posed due to observations from the surveillance footage. It appears prior to making contact with the building, the brake lights were active as shown in the screenshot above. The question appears to have been answered by SGD Fox from Ohio State Highway Patrol. The following is taken directly from his report. A vehicle sheet was run through the Toyota service lane system to determine the safety features that were equipped on the Camry involved in the crash. The vehicle was equipped with several collision systems as shown below, per the Toyota master technician, as well as various Toyota demonstration videos. These systems use various radar and camera systems to provide assistance with crash avoidance. Most of these features involve some or all of the vehicle's tires to maintain and control on-door safe distance from a vehicle or object ahead of the Toyota. When these systems become active, the vehicle will not increase speed, but rather decrease speed. As a result, the system will activate the rear brake lights to indicate the possible slowing of the vehicle to other motorists, even if the driver is not pressing on the brake pedal. The Toyota Safety Sense B works at speeds of 7 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour, but it does not work with objects that appear in front of the vehicle without prior detection. With the availability of the Safety Sense B system and the extreme driver input for the vehicle prior to collision, the brake light activation is likely the result of the safety systems working to avoid the impact ahead or return the vehicle to a straight orientation for the direction of travel. With the information obtained by SGD Fox, it would explain the brake lights activating without any corresponding data in the EDR report to show activation of the service brake. As part of the evaluation into this matter, the following was performed. Review of Ohio Traffic Crash Report number 22,086,777, including OH1 and OH2 review. PDF of electronic data recorder download. Review of photograph of a slipper that was removed from the accelerator pedal. Review Toyota service history for the subject vehicle. Review recall notice to 1TA09 pertaining to certain Model 2018 and 2019 Toyota Camrys for sudden loss of power braking assist that may occur. Review Toyota document pertaining to safety. Recall to 1TA09 being completed on June 16, 2022 at Brunswick Toyota. Perform a physical evaluation and photo documentation of the subject vehicle. The examination of the accelerator pedal within the vehicle show that the floor surrounding the pedal was buckled and partially surrounded the accelerator pedal. The accelerator pedal was still in normal position. As part of the evaluation into this matter, I did review a photograph where the driver's slipper was found on the accelerator. The floorboard buckling around the right side of the accelerator would have trapped a portion of the slipper. The slipper in and of itself would not have resulted in any type of unwanted throttle application. The slipper was solely stuck by the deformation of the floorboard that surrounded the slipper assembly as a result of the impact event. The throttle rod linkage that is attached to the accelerator pedal, which is a linkage between the pedal and the accelerator pedal position sensor, was evaluated. The rod had separated from the back of the accelerator pedal during the impact event. This was a direct result of the floor buckling and twisting, resulting in the linkage becoming disassociated from the floor-mounted accelerator pedal. The linkage was examined and found to show evidence of distortion from impact. Although it was still capable of normal function, the linkage was videotaped, showing it was able to move up and down freely and was not binding or sticking in any fashion that would have resulted in unwanted acceleration. As previously described, even if the accelerator pedal would have stuck, the application of the brake pedal with the partially applied or fully applied accelerator would revert the vehicle into a limp mode. It should be noted that a recall was issued by Toyota Motor Division pertaining to the vacuum pump on the subject vehicle. The power brake assist in the vehicle is vacuum operated. A vacuum pump supplies the vacuum to the power brake booster. A failure in the vacuum pump will result in a hard brake pedal. It will not result in a complete loss of brakes. It will result only in a brake pedal that feels hard compared to the power brake feel. The brakes will still activate if the brake pedal is applied, although more effort will be needed to stop the vehicle. This recall has been performed on the vehicle by Brunswick Toyota in June of 2022. The recall corrected any defects that were present within the vehicle braking system that may have caused or contributed to the sudden loss of vacuum during vehicle operation, resulting in the hard brake pedal feel. Opinions following a thorough and complete evaluation of all remaining evidence in this case, and based on my knowledge, training and years of experience as a forensic mechanic, it is my professional opinion that the examination of the subject vehicle revealed impact-induced damage to the steering, suspension, braking system, engine and throttle systems of the vehicle, as well as structural damage throughout nearly the entire vehicle. The examination of the vehicle did not reveal any evidence of fault or defect that may have caused or contributed to the inability to properly control the vehicle concerning steering, braking, or acceleration. It is my opinion that the vehicle was free of defect at the time of the event and showed no evidence of a malfunction causing or contributing to the event.